Hello, I'm Tim Wilde, and I'm going to give you my wild thoughts on Death on the Nile. Not to be confused with Mystery on the Nile, because I've been calling that this whole time getting ready for this movie. Because last year I watched for the first time Mystery on the Orient Express, and not a big not fan. I'm not very familiar. That's what I was trying to say. I'm not very familiar with the author Agatha Christie, right? Is that what it was? Agatha Christie. And I've never read books, and I love murder mysteries, but when they're cinematic and I can watch them, because I don't read very much, and we all know that. And I just wanted to give you my quick thoughts on this movie that I've been excited about, because I didn't even know it was coming out until a few weeks ago when I saw a trailer in the theater, when I saw Moonfall, which was a horrible movie. But Death on the Nile, compared to the first one, I don't have a lot to say about this. I like it better and worse than the original, or not the original, but the Murder on the Orient Express. Death on the Nile, I think, spends a little too much time in the first half of the movie before the actual murder happens, trying to. Well, it's not even really setting up the characters. It's a murder mystery. It's on a boat, and Gal Gadot is the main character, and she has a lot of camera time. And they spend a lot of time with her during a lot of the setup of all the characters, where in a murder mystery you're supposed to get familiar with the environment and the people, their motivations, their relationships, and get in place who is where on the event of when the kill happens. And without spoiling anything at all, because I don't know what to know, I don't remember. I didn't know going into it. I was watching it with a friend. It was a date, but watching with a friend, we were trying to determine. I didn't know which one was or who was going to die, as we were building up to that. And there was some tensions, and it was decent. Character relationships and motivations were very clear, because in the script it dictated and telegraphed exactly what was coming. But it just seemed like it was taking way too long. There was a lot of pacing issues in the first half. A lot of beautiful scenic view of the Nile and of the pyramids and everything, when they weren't even really at the pyramids. You could tell because of the CGI and everything. It was a lower budget for them to present those images, and it wasn't necessary. I didn't know why we need to linger on something when it obviously was not filmed on location. So cinematic and beautiful, just like the first one was, but I like the first one better. I like the tone and the colors and the palettes and everything in the first one, with the blues and the darkness and the shadow and everything. This one a lot more bright oranges and yellows, which are fine, but it looked cartoony because of the digital effects. So it didn't really impress me cinematically, which is what I was looking forward to based on the first one. The first one's a masterpiece cinematically. Anyway, the pacing in the first half of it is way too slow. It could pick it up quite a bit. A lot of extended dance numbers and just people walking around and just looking around, and I'm like, hey, let's get to the point. Could have been tightened up in the editing a little bit to get to the kill. By the time you get to the kill, then you have whatever his name is, Inspector, not Sherlock Holmes, mustache guy going around. I'm a big fan of these. Going around and doing his interrogations and interviewing and piecing together what happened, putting together the evidence, and you, just like in the first one, you see everything that happens. You're given all the information. But this one ends with an actual murder mystery reveal. There are twists is the proper way to say that. And I enjoyed it. I liked the twist. I did not see coming what was coming. There was a couple little kind of tweaks in the reveal that were great. And the last scene in this movie I thought was fantastic. It was a great resolution to the investigation. So the second half of this movie, during the investigation, him piecing things together, working about the characters and the quick-paced interrogations, just like the first one, worked really well. The setup was very slow because you weren't getting to the point in the motivations and the characters' interactions, and they just kept kind of hitting over and over and over the distrust between some of the main characters. And you get the point very quickly. It needed to be that long. So this one, I like the ending very much so. Murder on the Orient Express is, I thought the ending, and I'm not going to say what it was, and I can't even remember clearly what it was. I was very dissatisfied, though. It wasn't just a clean whodunit story, and here's who done it, and let's they're arrested or whatever. It was a disappointing ending to the first one. I don't know how that compares to the book, and a lot of people are very passionate about these Agatha Christie stories. But this one, the first half was okay, not great. Gal Gadot walking around just glamorous in all of her fashion and everything, just beautiful. It's the vision was there, the framing and the direction, the cinematographer, the set design was fine, but like it felt period, like it's supposed to be. It's a period piece, but it spent way too much time in the setup trying to get all those beautiful effect or visuals and everything, which it looked cartoony to me. Partially because of the colors and because I like the colors in other movies, but because you weren't really there. So anyway, first half is okay. The second half is really strong. Do I recommend you going to see it? Sure. If you like those kind of murder mysteries, it's a good. By the time you get to the end of it, it's a good, satisfying murder mystery. I need to watch again to watch for all the things that he picked up on. I will buy this movie. I buy films, at least on this channel I talk about the rating that way, but my decisions are on if I appreciate it as a film, and I do. Enough with the writing, the characters. There's a lot more with the main, whatever his name is, the detective guy. A lot of background for him, gives him some motivation and good character arc by the end of it. I was satisfied with it and enjoyed it. It was just a little bloated. And, just exaggerated too much in that first half. You could have cut it up and not gone on too much display of your scenery that wasn't really the scene. Or that wasn't really on location. So, what's the point? Anyway, it was good. Murder on the Orient Express is a better movie, better story with that more interesting characters. But this one has a better ending, to me. So, I like them both. So there you go. Those are my wild thoughts on Death on the Nile, not Murder on the Nile. So anyway, thanks for watching. We'll catch you later.